Welcome back to March's Planning Mess. I was starting to plan my week and thought I'm just going to go ahead and record this and share it along just so you get an idea of kind of how that works in this planner and in my personal process. So what I've done in the last few minutes since I made the earlier video was I have made, I went through and I marked my weather for the week, and I have put in my place to put my my exercise. So I have done my strength training today. I did not do any cardio today. So that's marked for the week, and I will go in a few minutes. I need to finish my mood tracker from yesterday and set it up here for today. Otherwise, this area is ready to go. So you see these sticky notes. This is kind of how these are repeating tasks that happen in my life. And I was using this in my N2 system because they fit in the space quite well to plan out the repeating tasks for the day. So today I did not remember to do measurements and pictures. So I'm going to put that down for tomorrow because I want to make sure I get that in. It's part of my fitness tracking that I like to do. And this pen is dying, so I'm going to grab it real quick. Maybe. Well, bummer. I will just use, I'm going to use, this is a 0.7, so the writing is going to be much bigger. I love this pen. I wish they would make this in a 0.3. I do have a set of them in 0.5 that I'm kind of excited to get into, but I have yet to bring those back from my school office. Okay, so I have that I didn't get done. The essay groceries, I can take this off. This is from my volunteer work that I do at the school, which I will not be continuing next year, and it's also summer, so that's done. Anyway, don't have either of my shots today. Those are every other week or once a month shots, so I don't have to do that. The bulletin, I can still get that done today. I keep track of our church bulletin data. Look how much bigger that writes. It's much bolder than, oh, sorry, my lamp is in the way. Now you can't see. It's much bolder than my normal pen that I use, but it was either has an air bubble or it's running out of ink. I need to check that. So that's basically the things I want to get done today on my recurring tasks. So because I put those in here or mark them where I'm going to do them, I can now remove this and go to next week's Monday and just slap it in there. See, there's my reminder that it's shot day. So that's done. I've gotten a couple things done. Now, this is probably something I will work on Wednesday. So I'm going to remove that. I'm going to put it over here. And that is going to be a long project because I haven't helped her reconcile for several months. And so we need to get caught up with that now that it's summertime. Master Summer to-do list. I do want to add a few things to that, so I'll leave that on today. The art project and the church art project. Oh, I know what those are. I maybe can at least start those. There's a fly. This is bugging me. And then church. Those will be my big tasks, I think, for tomorrow. I often put way too many things on one day and then have to spread them out. That's just... And I have tried putting my tasks on Post-its and moving them around, and that does work beautifully for a while until it doesn't. As soon as they all pile up on top of each other, then I just freeze and it's all over. So that is an issue. Okay, so I got those two things off my list. So today I need to do my grocery shopping. I usually do that on Sunday, but we had the yard sale, so I need to do groceries and meal planning. See that stupid fly? You know how it is in the summer when you suddenly start getting all these fruit flies? Well, it's happening. Oh, I killed him. Yay. My husband found these awesome, I think he got them on Amazon, these little blue lights it's a little machine that like sucks the bugs into it, and it attracts them with the blue light, so they get close and it just sucks them in, and then they're trapped inside and they die. So you every so often you have to empty all the dead bugs out from the inside. They work really well. I need one for like every room of the house. We have them in like the kitchens and the bathrooms, which is where we tend to find the bugs accumulating. So shop for groceries. Oh, nah, not shop. I need to. Where's my whiteout? Have mercy. I shouldn't be doing this while I'm talking, but it's kind of like I have friends over, so it makes it more fun. I do have friends over because you all are. We are planners, therefore we are friends, even if we have never met in real life. Okay, I need to meal plan. So this is why I like to use a very fine tip, ultra fine tip pen instead of a more of a normal tip pen in here, because I have to write bigger in order to read it. So when you've got limited space, writing bigger makes it stretch out longer, and that becomes problematic. So just for this video, because I don't want to pause it and run around the house to find a different pen, we're going to proceed, but that's not normally what I do. Okay, so grocery shopping and buying needs to get done today. I can probably do the bulletin today and work on my to-do list. I probably can do that. Oh, and I should put down, since I'm doing it right now, YouTube. And that should honestly, I'm going to add that to my Sunday. Oh, I've got it on my Sunday. I usually do it on Sunday rather than on Monday. I was going to say it needs to be on Monday, but if it's normally Sunday. Sunday, just their whole list just got thrown out the window because I was too busy. And then I came home and I just sat in bed because I was exhausted. So none of those things got done. So tomorrow I need to turn in expense reports, which I can do. And I need to work on the art projects and take pictures. I'm going to move this to Wednesday. I'm not going to the gym, so I won't be. Let's move it there. That is a more realistic day for me to get that accomplished on. Okay, that looks doable. So I've got 2 appointments. My daughter also, we need to stop and pick up contacts. So I'm going to put that there. And then my other daughter, this is a party one daughter is going to. And then my other daughter has a doctor's appointment here. This is for one daughter and this is for the other daughter. Okay, so that's a good sense of how my day is going to look like tomorrow. So I will not start any of this stuff till after we're done at the eye doctor in between. And I can also drop off the expense report when I'm running around dropping off for the party and getting the contacts. So that's doable. Okay, and then the things I need to do, because it's a Tuesday, I do need to take my trash. We do not live in a place where somebody comes to pick up our trash. We're out in the country. And so it gets frustrating because I'm going to put laundry over here while I'm talking. Because I have to take my trash to the dump. Laundry. And our convenience center, as it's called, is open Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. And I don't do that sort of thing on Saturday. So Tuesday and Thursday are my 2 days to take trash. And so if I do Tuesday and forget Thursday, then that's a whole week of stuff sitting around the house and getting bugs. And especially in the summertime, all those scraps. I do have a composting machine I'm trying to start using to keep a lot of that compost out of the trash. I'm trying to get my kids to throw leftovers, out in the woods rather than in the trash can. But anyway, trying to, if I can go twice a week, it's that much less time that the trash is sitting around in the house collecting flies and all that nasty stuff. So I want to make sure I do trash there. Laundry, we'll try and do that Wednesday. Memory keeping, printing, let's try that on Wednesday as well. I am a week or so behind because of the busyness of May. I'm usually behind with memory keeping. That's just the reality. I did better when I used the Hobonichi Cousin, and I had, a whole day. So I would journal, I would put in to-do lists. I don't know if you can see, these are kind of to-do lists, journaling, and then I would just put pictures on top of that to remember things that we did. And I like this a lot. I kind of chose to go away from it. Number one, to have a thinner, smaller book to carry around. But number two, like, I enjoyed showing people like all the pictures and the memory keeping that I did, but I didn't necessarily want them reading my journal at the same time. And so I kind of wanted to separate those two things. So I do have a separate journal. And so my memory keeping is just stuff like this, ephemera, or pictures that I'm printing off of things that we did, my B-reels, stickers, just it's just fun. And I like it. I'm going to enjoy having it around, but I've got to have a different plan for next year because it's too many books to keep up with. So there's that. Okay, anything else that I want to put down from this one? Okay, so I'm now going to move this to the Tuesday here. So next week I can refresh. Those are my things to do. This one I will, once I do the task, I will move it to the end of the next month or beginning of the next month. Okay, so Thursday. Thursday, you definitely want to do trash again. And Thursday is kind of my catch up on my journal day and fitness planner. Okay, so now that those are in, I can move this to the next Thursday, so it's less cluttery. And Sunday, okay, I've already marked some things off of this. Okay, so yeah, meal plan, and then shop. Then YouTube. I like to do at least one video a week, just in case anyone is watching or in case I make any changes that are exciting or fun to share. But when I get busy, that tends to drop off. Okay, so meal plan, YouTube. Oh, my daughter's planner. So, I have been, last year for my oldest, she went away to boarding school and I made her a planner for the academic year. And it was just a fun, I picked a theme every month and I did all the drawings and coloring and layouts. I gave her a different layout every month. She's not like me where she has to have a certain thing. It's just kind of a place to document stuff and color and just, it's just pretty and cute and fun to carry around. So I'm working on her planner for next year and I am just, last year, it was fun. Like I would throw aside important things I was supposed to do because I wanted to work on her planner. And this year I have struggled. So maybe we'll put it there on Sunday. I need to, once I get started, I think I'm still within the first month and I've been taking it places with me to work on. And it's not like I can just spread out and like devote myself to making this planner for her. So it is what it is. We'll just see. We'll see how she may want to contribute a little bit to it as well. But she did go through and approve. I did a Pinterest board of all the planner layouts I was going to use as inspiration, and she's signed off on those. So she has participated a little bit in it. But anyway, at some point I might convert her to one of these pre-made planners. I don't know. It's not as fun, I guess, as something mom makes for you. All right, so that's kind of my week. This is my birthday Friday, and I don't have any plans. I've got family that's out of town. I've got my close friends are on vacation. So the plans I would probably try to make for that day are gonna have to happen later just because of the fact that we will be busy, or that they are out of town and we'll have to do them another time. So I'm gonna leave that day blank. My husband and girls and I might do something, but we'll see. But I don't have any plans as yet. I have my parents likely coming for Saturday, but they haven't committed yet. They're gonna see if it'll work. So I guess I won't pin them in yet because it may not actually happen, but I do have my class that I teach at church that goes in this time slot. So that should be put in. But that's really the only thing I have on the agenda. Anyway, this is kind of how I plan my week. It's not as interesting of a week to plan because it is summertime and I don't have as many things going on. But I do find that just this half of a column, because there's a slightly darker line that goes down the middle, is still enough space. It's very similar to the amount of space I have in my Sterling Ink N2 vertical planner, which I really love. So it is enough, and I have enough room here to write out my to-do lists, and it's very nice to have those things side by side to really, what's going on today and how can I fit in the things that I want to do today. So I think the one other thing I'll take you with me here so my master to-do list, because I didn't get into this until May, I've got all of these pages free. So here's my master cleaning list. And then what I should do, I'm going to get a sticker, my days in list. At my daughter's school, there is no decent hotel in the town, and it's a teeny tiny, like 2-stoplight town. And so, yeah, the days in is where we end up going, just because if we're going to stay someplace sketchy, it might as well be cheap. So it's cheap, but also sketchy. So this is my master list of what we need to bring to survive that situation. But I'm just across the room grabbing a sticker because I want this to be my project, my master project list. So I do have some sewing projects. I have mending. These are things that need to be fixed. And then I have alterations. I gotta think about how to spell it. I do enjoy sewing, but I absolutely hate sewing something from scratch. It's way more work than I want. So I'd much rather buy an outfit that I can take apart a seam or two and reinvent it into something else. I'd much rather do that than start from scratch. So I do have several clothing items that I purchased a week or so ago that need a little love. One of which I've fixed already, and then several that are in process. So I want to finish those. Those are things that I need to be working on now that I don't have as many things to do. So I might spend some time on my birthday working on projects. We'll see. Or maybe next week. I don't have a lot of appointments next week. But that's my master project list. I also need to work on my church VBS. That is... I ordered it. It's coming in a box in the mail. So once it arrives and I see what the program is, I usually want to change things around, but I need to at least get a sense of what that's going to be like. So I need to work on VBS. I'm not thinking of anything off the top of my head, but this is my master list that I can go back and look at. This is like my master cleaning list. And so I do have some things I want to do in my closet and wardrobes. I have IKEA wardrobes and I want to rearrange how the shelves are, and I need to get 1 or 2 more shelves for those. So hopefully I can make an IKEA run at some point this summer and get the extra shelves for the wardrobes so I can move them. Right now the clothes are way up high and I've got some storage underneath, and it's storage that I'm not really using. So I think I'm going to move the hanging bar down and put the storage above, because those wardrobes are set up to be very customizable. And that way it will just make it easier to get in and out of those closets. And then I can put my stuff that I don't use as much up high. And so, yeah. And I want to work on getting my office where I'm at right now organized, because I have a younger daughter that is extremely messy, and so she likes to come in here and use all my office supplies and my art supplies and sewing supplies, etc. And so she just makes a disaster and doesn't pick it up. So that needs to be worked on. And then also I have a bed in here, and if I'm snoring too much, my husband will come up here and finish sleeping in the bed, and he's also very messy. So this room needs some love because it's been abused for a while by people other than me. Oh, but yeah, I actually finished my basement projects, which is good. I could do a little more, but I've done the main stuff I wanted to do down there, so that's exciting. So these are my cleaning lists. Those aren't as intense as they are, and then these are more like fun kind of projects. I should put the art projects on here because that is something that will take multiple days to complete. So, okay, I feel good about having written those down, so I can take that off of this list because that was kind of my summer plan. I don't want to just get into it wasting my summer days and not getting things done. I am a task-oriented person, and sometimes it's easier to get stuff done when you're busy than when you're not, and I'm facing some of that right now. Okay, I think my week is planned out and looking good. As far as, I do need to plan we need to plan a Vespers. We do youth Vespers Friday evening, so I need to figure that out, what we're going to do. We had everybody here last week, which was fun, and yeah, we need to work on that a little bit. Okay, I feel good about how my plan has gone. I hope it was helpful and interesting to get an idea of how you would lay this out. I know there are other people that use their take a note differently, and what I've seen the most of is them taking, well, kind of like this, where they take a space and they like journal. This is a shopping list for an event I was working on, but they'll just, if this is today, they'll just journal and write things down and maybe have a to-do list there, and they don't necessarily time block things. They might use the weekly section to write down any appointments that they have. Oh, this page is weird. Anyway, and then use this as more of a journal space. But those are all super valid ways to use it. But for me, that's not as important as I really appreciate in my daily plan to sit down and look, how is the day laid out? Where am I busy? Where are my appointments? Where's my sections of time that I can get things done? Like today, it's 5:00, so I've been probably working on this stuff, like YouTube and planners right here. I can just mark it in. It's a way to look back to and be like, what did I do with my day? So hopefully that was helpful, and I enjoyed having you all along for the ride. Have a wonderful day.